What's up, you guys? It's Giano! Today I'm gonna do something a little bit different on my YouTube channel. Alright, I'm gonna start episode 1 of my How to YouTube series. Alright, you guys, I'm checking out my channel backend right here just to kind of show you guys, you know, like what it looks like when you have a fairly large channel. And basically, the key to success, I think, on YouTube is streaming. Streaming is a really big element in growing your YouTube channel. Recently, it has become so much more important than it was in the past. And a lot of people have come to me and asked me, Jono, do you recommend a gaming PC? Do you recommend how I can buy one, where I can shop for one? I know a lot of people who have budget for a gaming PC, but they just don't know where to get started. So after I spent about 3 hours on a conversation with one of my YouTube friends, Mr. Six Gaming, big shout out to him. He was asking me the same questions. You know, I have this much budget. Where can I spend it? What should I do? And I thought, you know, I should probably make a video and explain some of this stuff for everyone's benefit. So it's a series that I've been thinking about doing for a long time. How to YouTube. I've got so many different video ideas for this series, so I just want to put my knowledge out there. I spend a lot of time consulting with small to medium-sized YouTube channels that are just my personal friends. I think they're great people and I don't mind giving them my time, but I would like to put all the information out there publicly just so that people can benefit from it, and hopefully it helps you. Alright, so if it did help you, please drop a like and a comment down in the comments. Alright, it really does support the channel. Now let's get into it. Alright, you guys, I'm going to show you a couple of my videos here. That's why I've got this up on my screen. All the videos that you see that are over an hour long, anything that you see that is over 10 minutes long is going to be a live stream. So we got 4 hours, hour and a half. You know, this is a vlog right here. It's 13 minutes. All my vlogs are around 10 minutes or so. Sometimes I do shorter content, 2-3 minutes if it's a news update. But for the most part, on my channel, very consistently, you see a very active live stream series. Alright, I stream every day, sometimes twice a day, different games, and people generally like to come and hang out on that live content. I don't think that people are watching traditional television as much anymore. They're really watching live streams and coming to hang out with people like me who just want to put our lives out there for the world to interact with, you know? So it's really fun for me, it's fun for the viewers, great experience, and a lot of people are trying to get in on that experience by getting a gaming PC. Alright, you guys, so I'm going to show you some resources here, okay? A lot of people have the budget, they just don't know where to spend it, and if you have the right resources, you can make the informed decision for yourself, alright? I'm going to give you some resources, and then I'm going to recommend to you where to shop, where to spend your money, based on your specific needs and your stream purposes. So stick with it, stay with me on this video, you guys. If you watch the whole thing, you'll know everything that you need to know, I promise, alright? So I really am an expert on this stuff. I've been doing computers and hardware and software and all that stuff since I was a teenager. I'm just one of those people who grew up in this industry, and I have a lot of information, so hang out and I'll show you some really cool stuff. First off, I want to show you PC Part Picker. This is just a really cool website. It's a big group, it's a big community of people online who know about gaming PCs. Some of these people have built, like this one, Modest Gaming Build, $866. It tells you basically what pieces and what parts that you're looking at and what the build looks like. That's fantastic. I actually don't use this website for that feature, but that is a great feature if you're just looking for inspiration on different builds. But what I use this this website for is their part picker. Alright, you guys, that's why it's called PCPartPicker.com. If you want to browse by individual parts, you can come over here to motherboard, for example, one of the most important components in your PC. I'm going to explain to you in this video how to pick a motherboard. Alright, we're going to go through the whole process. I'm going to show you how to shop for your gaming PC, and this is one of the resources that you'll need during your shopping process. You want to be able to compare prices on parts. That's really important. You may find a part that is in a particular machine at Best Buy or Zydax or, you know, Alienware, one of these many websites where you can get PCs from, but they have that part for way too expensive and it makes no sense why they're charging that much for it. So you want to make sure that you don't get ripped off on your price parts, alright? Alright, so let's go ahead and look at this. These are all different motherboards. They have them rated by socket and CPU, form factor, RAM slots, max RAM that it's capable of, rating, overall rating, as well as price. So these are very important statistics that you would want to know, and these are all of the modern pieces of component and accessories that you would have available to you through this website. So they don't have a bunch of really old stuff that you would never really use They really do have all the most modern stuff that you would actually be picking out for your PC right now, and you can basically go through other websites and builders and then start to compare their prices and just make sure that you're getting a good deal. So this is one resource in your shopping journey, but it's not necessarily where you're going to do any shopping. It is just a resource. Now, if you guys are just trying to enter the market and get a PC that you can stream with, you don't need anything really crazy, alright? You just need some decent processing power, some decent RAM, a decent video card, and you're gonna have to have pretty good internet too, but that's a totally different subject that I'll cover on another video. But as long as you have the processing power, you're gonna be fine, alright? So I do highly recommend Best Buy. If you're gonna go to a big box store and you just want to walk into a store and walk out with something that you can stream with, you could go to Best Buy, alright you guys? I didn't do that personally. I went to zydax.com. I'm gonna go through my whole recommendation of what I think that you should do, but if price is the most important thing to you, alright you guys, I cannot stress this the most. If price is the most important thing to you, go to Best Buy. You will find what you need, you will be able to stream, and you will be able to get a very good price. One thing you should know about Best Buy, every single Best Buy store has a set of stock that is damaged stock. A lot of times the employees won't want to tell you about these stock because they're holding them for themselves because they want to buy them because they're such a good deal. This is stuff that has been returned and the box is opened, the box has been damaged on the floor. Sometimes they are floor demos, alright? They have these products in stock. If you ask about them, they should tell you about them, although they might not tell you about all of them because maybe that particular person wants something and they don't show it to you. But I have had good experience going in and asking about those products and seeing what's available. If there is something with a damaged box that meets your criteria, you should grab it, alright? That's a good deal. They're very good deals, but they're not always available and every store is different, so you might get different availability for certain stuff with a damaged box in one store versus another store, and they will not be on the website whatsoever, so don't even try to get it on the website. Alright you guys, I don't actually recommend Best Buy if price is no worry for you, alright you guys? If money is money is not a big deal for you and you have about a couple $1,000s to spend on a computer, then what I highly recommend doing is going to zydax.com. alright, this is where I bought my computer. I have a whole unboxing series of me basically buying this computer, having it shipped to me, unboxing it, opening it, and checking out what it has to offer. And I had such a fantastic experience with this website that I highly recommend them. And even if you're just looking for a way to build all of your components, you can use this website as a builder, build all of your components, and then just go buy all those components, and you'll know that they match each other and you won't have any issues. Now, some of you guys may say, I know about desktops, I know about PCs, I know about parts, why don't I just build my own computer? Well, you could do that, alright, but the time that you're going to spend in QA, quality assurance, and actually building that computer, and if anything goes wrong, it's on you to figure out how to fix it. You're going to find that that's going to cost you time and it's going to cost you money. Alright you guys, that time and money is going to be frustration on your plate, and it's going to be time that you're not streaming and not getting your money back out of this computer. Alright, so what you really want to do is avoid the QA, avoid building the computer, and that's what Zydax does for you. They build it for you, they quality test it, and they make sure that it works before it gets to your doorstep. Okay, so that's pretty cool. What I will recommend is basically going through their builder and making sure that you know which parts are the most important and making sure that you spend the correct amount on those parts and don't spend on any of the extra stuff because it will inflate the cost of your computer by quite a bit. Now, if you don't have a whole lot of money and you just want to get online, the Zydax X2 is a really good option. If you have a better budget and you just want to get streaming, the Zydax X6 is a really good option. I personally got the Zydax X8. This is the best computer that they will offer for the price. They do have the really crazy X10. That's a really super crazy budget computer, but I got the X8 personally. Mine cost about $3,500 or $4,000 out of the box, and then I put about $2,000 worth of upgrades into it since I bought it. Okay, so I upgraded the video card, upgraded the RAM, upgraded the SSD. Cost me about $2,000 to get all that done. This is such a sophisticated builder, you guys. I cannot express to you how high quality of an experience this is. It is the most high quality experience I've ever had building a computer. I cannot recommend them highly enough. That's why I'm going to do a whole video about it. I bought my computer from them, and I highly recommend you get your computer from them. They did a really great job for me. I have had my gaming PC for 2 years, and I expect to have it for another 2 years before I have to upgrade it whatsoever. I did put the $2,000 worth of upgrades into it, but that's because I didn't buy a big enough hard drive and I didn't get a good enough video card when I first started. So if I wouldn't have done those, I wouldn't have had to upgrade it whatsoever. What's going to happen here, you guys, is you're going to go down the left side and you're going to select edit on every one of these options and pick the option that is best for you and your price point. What I'm going to do for the rest of this video is show you which one of these options are the most important and make sure that you pick the correct components. That's what I spent 3 hours doing with Mr. Six today, alright? All I did was just sit here and help him pick components and get in the target budget that he was looking to spend, okay? And we were able to do that. We hit his target budget, and we actually found out that we were under his target budget if we wanted to shave some stuff off, and we were a little bit over his target budget if we got everything that he really needs. And I'm going to describe to you what that looks like right now. First off, you can take their free case. The case that comes with it is sick. It's fantastic. You don't need to upgrade it, but if it was me and I was spending the money, I would get the Leviathan. I think that Leviathan case is sick. It has nice clean lines, and it looks like it's got plenty of room for fans and all that stuff. So Leviathan would be my one, but you can go with the free one. The stuff that's really, really, really important while you're picking parts for your PC is case, motherboard, processor, memory, power supply, and video card. If you don't get those things right, then your PC will not be able to stream, and you want to make sure that you're able to stream. So you got to get those things right. For your motherboard, you just want to make sure that you're expandable in the future, okay? So that's why I went with the X6 or the X8, because those have a bigger motherboard, which means it's going to have more RAM slots. These guys right here are RAM slots. You'll have up to 8 RAM slots on a good sized motherboard. Some of them will have 6. That determines how much RAM you can add to your computer, which is a very important component for your processing power. If your RAM gets overloaded, your computer will start to lag because you can't get commands to your processor in a timely fashion. So that's a really big deal. Processor is one of those places where you can spend a crap ton of money and not get very much for your money whatsoever. So you want to go with the mid-range processor. I'm going to show you guys some things related to processors. It's very general, basic stuff, and you know, you can spend a lot more time researching processors, but this is the basics, okay? This is a 6 core. It means it has 6 processors on there, and they are 3.5 gigahertz for each one. This is an 8 core, and they are 3.6 gigahertz, alright? And as we get further, you're going to notice that gigahertz actually go down, and they add more cores to make it more processing. So some of these we have up to 14 cores, but look, you're going to add $1,000 onto your price. So it's not, you're going to get a whole lot more bang for your buck by going with the medium range, like 8 cores or 6 cores, but you have to make sure that you get the overclocking. Make sure that you get the overclocking. It's very, very, very important. They will overclock it for you, and because their quality assurance process is so good, the overclocking actually works, and it's fantastic. It'll make your computer so much faster. So make sure that you get the overclocking and don't spend too much on the processor. I know you could spend a lot on the processor, and that's fine if you have the paper to do that, but this is one of those places where they'll charge you a lot and you get very little extra computing power for what you're paying for. It is a lot more cores, alright? 16 cores. You will get a lot of processing power, but it's not as noticeable as getting other things like an upgraded video card and getting more RAM, alright? So go with the mid-range on the processor, but that's really based on your budget. So that is a place where you could save a lot of money, but you don't want to go too low because it won't be fast enough. You want to go with the mid-range on that. Alright, memory is a place where you could also spend a lot of money, but you actually get a lot of bang for your buck. The one thing you want to make sure that you do is make sure that you leave yourself room for expansion. So you could get right here 32 gigabytes, but that's 8 sticks of 4 gigabytes. That means that you have no other slots available. All your slots are full, so if you ever want to upgrade, you have to remove cards and add in new bigger cards, which will be more expensive. And you're going to be wasting those cards that you removed. They basically go in the trash because nobody wants used cards. Alright, what you want to do is get the same amount, 32 gigabytes, 2 times 16. That means you've only got 2 slots that are filled, and then you can have room for expansion to the other slots because you have all those extra memory slots. So make sure that you just don't fill your slots. The number that it says right here, 8, alright, 8, that's 8 cards. On your motherboard, we saw you only have 8 slots. So if your slots are full, then you don't have room for expansion. So you want to make sure you leave yourself room for expansion so you can upgrade later. Alright, that's very important. Power supply. If you don't have a big enough power supply, you can't upgrade later. So you want to get at least the gold rated or the platinum rated. If you can afford it, hey, get the titanium rated, but it's another $400, alright? But you need at least the gold rated. I would even say get the platinum rated. That's one place where you can spend the money and it's worth it. It makes you very much more expandable, upgradable in the future. That's going to mean you don't have to replace your computer later. And replacing the power supply is not easy, alright? So you don't want to have to mess with that later. There's a lot of things that you can click in here that are going to cost you a lot of money, but the only other thing that you need to expand is your graphics card. Don't get the Radeon, make sure you at least get an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1080. You must say 1080, alright? If you get at least the 1080, you'll be fine. I would recommend the Duke. I think this thing is sick. If you can afford it, go for it. That's the one that I would highly recommend, but at least get the 1080, and if you can afford it, get 2 1080s, alright? That would make you really, really well set up, but you don't need 2 1080s. I have one 1080. I'm fine, alright? I stream really well, alright? Make sure that you get the overclocking. You must get the overclocking on your GPU. This is GPU OC, overclocking. This is your graphics processor overclocking. Make sure you get that graphics card overclocked. It's very important. Overclock your motherboard, or sorry, overclock your processor and overclock your video card. Alright? The rest of it, you need to get a monitor. You have to have a monitor before checkout. I would recommend getting a monitor, and I would also recommend getting an external power supply. There is absolutely no reason to buy such an expensive computer and then have the whole thing get trashed because of a power spike, ruining your entire motherboard, alright? And any of your other components, depending on how bad of a spike it is. Get the most expensive power supply. It's $200 well spent, alright, you guys? It's not gonna ruin your computer. Now, I'm trying not to make this a 20-minute video. I literally talked to my friend for 3 hours about this information. I could show you so much more stuff in here, but the main thing that you need to know is I highly recommend Zydax. If you really are concerned with the price point, then you probably want to go over to Best Buy, and you can always check all of your price parts over at PC Part Picker. That's all I know, you guys. Alright, I wanted to get that information out there, and if you have any specific questions, please tweet me at JonoPlaysCOC on Twitter. I will be happy to answer your questions to the best of my ability. Alright, thank you everybody for watching this videos. First episode of my how-to YouTube series. Alright, I'm going to show you guys some of my YouTube knowledge and kind of show you some of the tricks of the trade that have gotten me to my almost 100,000 subscribers. I am almost at 100,000 subscribers. I'm going to get the check mark. I'm going to get the plaque, the silver play button that goes on the wall, so I'm pretty proud. And yeah, I'm just kind of mixing up the content a little bit on my way to 100K and hoping that I can keep it interesting for all of you guys and bring you the best relevant information. A lot of my friends are YouTubers. They ask me stuff like this all the time, so I'm happy to bring the information to my channel as well. Thanks. Please subscribe. Make sure that you're subscribed, hit the bell, and show up for my live stream series, you guys. We're live every single day playing Pokemon Go, Fortnite, and by the time you watch this, we might even be playing other games too. So make sure you subscribe and come show up for the live streams. Thank you everybody for watching my video. Thank you to all of my amazing subscribers, and